Hello, my spooky peeps and DL people. Whether you are on the down low goth or if you are loud and proud about it, it's been a while since we've done an update on the house, so why don't we go through some of the renovations we've been doing and show you where we're at with everything. Again, I don't remember what I've shown and what I haven't shown because I intend to make videos on the rooms, remodeling and everything. And then, of course, you got 20 million projects going on, none of them finished, no videos. So I can't remember what we have done and what we haven't. So first thing here is this couch. It was I don't know if I have a picture. If I do, I'll put it up there. But it was kind of like a beige with olive green and yellow floral print on it. And now it is green. Again, I was going to make a video on redoing it, but basically I got an atomizer water spray bottle and I watered down some fabric green paint and sprayed it down. There was a learning curve, so over here is a little darker than over here, but it's a green couch. I've always wanted a green velvet couch, and so far this is the closest I've come. And I think this couch only cost me maybe $60, so you know, no harm, no foul. It's got cracks and damage in it, so I didn't destroy a priceless antique or anything. Anyway, so let me take you around the house, and it's going to be long and drawn out, I'm sure, but hopefully you like some of the stuff that I have done and you kind of understand the direction that I am going. And we are very close to moving in, and it's exciting. Actually, when this video comes out, I have more updates coming within the next week or so, so I should be doing another update video very soon. I'm going to try to stick with it this time because I have to realize that things aren't going to be perfect. I can't wait for a project to be done before I do a video on it. So follow me in my crazy mind, and hopefully it's worth your time. Okay, shooting over to the dining room, I have a bit of explanation, and then we're going to get to the reveal of our newest addition. But this is a built-in corner cabinet. I've yet to refinish it. It is not staying cream. That is my little bulletin board that has a lot of the projects that we still need to finish in here listed. I have new curtains, and I have most of them hung up. I ordered one extra to make swags at the top of the curtains because they didn't sell any swags, and one to recover the dining room chairs. So hopefully that works out. You can see in the dining room, we started painting it this purple, which I think might be a little too cartoony purple, and I still have to put another coat on regardless. So I think I might try to go a darker amethyst instead of this. I don't know. We're still undecided. You can see we still have some trim work we need to do. But let's get back to the depression glass that's in this corner cabinet. And my board doesn't want to stand up. Okay. So I originally started collecting all three colors, the green, the pink, and the yellow, but I've decided to start selling the yellow off and just keeping the green and pink. This little knife, when we first moved into the house, that little knife was actually underneath of the what do you call it, the fireplace mantle. We took it off to restain it because it was a little rough, and it was just sat underneath there like a little crime scene. So of course I've saved it. But like I said, I started collecting the green and the pink. I'm getting rid of the yellow that I did have. Of course, I'm a sucker for anything that glows, so the green glows under the black light, and I love it. These dolphin candlesticks are like my pride and joy. I love them so much. I don't know if I'll ever actually use them or do anything with them. And these teacups are precious, but they're really too small to hold. And I don't know if I would want to drink a hot beverage out of them because they are literally, I would burn myself so bad trying to hold this little teacup. But they're gorgeous. Anyway. And then we have these two little birdie bowls, one in green and one in pink, and they are just precious. And then I have some plates. So I'm saying this because I want to show you the window. One moment while I jump over because I don't want you to see the rest of the room. So this is the stained glass window that came with the house. Around the edges is pink. The center is an amethyst purple, and the vines, of course, are different shades of green. So it goes perfect with the depression glass. And when I started collecting it, I wasn't sure I wanted to, of course, because I tend to drop a lot of things. I have very shaky hands. I actually have essential tremors, so I'm always afraid of dropping them or chipping them or breaking them. But there was also the part of me, because I started collecting before I got married, and I'm like, what guy is going to be okay with having antique pink dishes? But my husband is very cool with it. And these are the curtains. The curtains, they don't look as candy apple green as they are in real life. The lighting is very weird in here when I try to film, but they are actually the same color as the ceiling, which is appropriate to the time period. The house supposedly was built in 1905, so that is that arsenic green that was so very popular and killed so many people. I assure you, this ceiling does not have arsenic. And you can get a little more better picture of the shade of purple over there. It is very cartoony. So like I said, I have extra curtains. I'm going to try to make swags for the top of the windows there because it looks like it needs a little extra something. That trim also, if you could suggest to me, I don't know whether I should paint it gold or replace it with dark wood trim. Like the window over here, it's dark wood. The lighting, I'm sorry. It's dark wood. The trim up there is actually a faux wood. It's really plastic. So I either have to paint it or replace it, and I don't know what to do. So any suggestions are welcome. Also down here, this is Haggy Aggie. My parents just retired. They had a hardware store, and she was a part of one of their displays. So this is Miss Haggy Aggie. I'm thinking of maybe cutting her up. I know, but I'm thinking of maybe cutting her up and making a pattern and cloning her. So, and then a pile of old chairs. And if you have been paying attention, you might have seen something in a couple shots, which we are very excited to announce. This cabinet is finally home. My mother-in-law has gifted it to us. It's been sitting in her sunroom for quite a while, and she rescued it from an old boss's porch. So it is weathered, it is damaged, but it is worth saving. Da, da, da. Oh my God, look how gorgeous. So you can see there is a lot of damage. He is cracked, he's missing part of his face. There was some repairs to his chest here. You can see the weathered paint on the side. My mother-in-law started stripping it back in the day to try to save it, so there is still a little left to do. I'm being generous by saying a little, but you can see it was originally painted black with some gold trim on it. I'm going to see how well I can clean it up, and I'll probably stain it the Jacobean, the dark stain, but we'll see how well I can do. If I'm not successful, then we are just going to have to paint it. But it has, I'm sorry, I'm in the light. It has these beautiful feet, these claw feet, and all these pieces. So we have to try to figure out where all of this goes. We have some boxes there with some fragile pieces that have fallen off. One of the toes for the claw feet is back there. Some scrolls that go on the doors. This center, let me get under here. Can we see? You can see the center bows out. It actually has a bow glass door. We still have to transport that over. And the two sides have doors that have flat glass. And they have little scrolly things on them, which are very fragile and are falling off. So we'll see if we can save it. No matter what we do to this, it's still going to be gorgeous, no matter what. So I am super excited to put this puzzle together. And I will either put the depression glass in this cabinet with some black lights, or I will keep it in that corner cabinet, and maybe we'll put my silver plate collection in here. I think that's what we're going to do, is put the silver plate in this lovely, lovely cabinet. I am so excited. It is home. We have more pieces up there that are rough, very rough. You can see the very delicate little metal handle. That's to the door, and we'll have to reassemble that and reinsert the glass into it. But it's going to be a project, but it's going to be gorgeous. I am beyond excited. So it will move over more centered under the window there. To this side, we have our refrigerator at the moment. And my room is quite a mess. I'm sorry for this. But we have the refrigerator there, and we have to move that back into the kitchen now that we are done with the kitchen floor. Have I ever shown you the kitchen floor? I don't remember. So why don't we... I'm sorry. We just had a yard sale, so everything is everywhere. But... Ah! Right! My parents also gifted me a bag of trick-or-treat pails, which I am excited about. I still have some paint over there. I'm redoing the half bathroom, but... I'm sorry, I also didn't sweep and mop this floor yet, but... This is our makeshift kitchen floor. So it's kind of like a Celtic design, kind of made to look like an area rug. And this is all just plywood. We just took plywood, we etched the design in, and we stained the design a lighter color. I think it was, oh, I don't remember. New English or something like that. A very reddish, blondish kind of stain. And then we did a light layer of the Jacobean on the rest of the floor. So it looks like it's inlaid, but it is not. It is literally just a pattern etched into some plywood, nailed and glued down. So this floor, I think only cost us, oh, I don't even want to venture to say because I don't remember. It's really only a couple sheets of plywood. Really, that is it, that and the stain. And my parents' wonderful, wonderful talent. Oh my God, they have saved us so much. We really, really, really owe them everything with this house. Along with my in-laws as well. So that is the floor in the kitchen. Okay, so ignore all that junk over there. Construction material and the dehumidifier for the guest room where the harpsichord is going to be when we get it put together. But what we're looking at here is this table. So I got this off of Facebook Marketplace. It is almost exactly what I wanted. It's a little smaller than I was picturing, but the design of it is perfect for my needs. This is little Wolfie down there. But I will be staining this. The previous owner did start stripping it already, and we are missing one of these finials here. So you can see you have the little finials. This one here is missing. So I might take the two off the back, replace that one, and then put two larger replacements in the back to kind of even it out. I'm very matchy-matchy. We also got this lovely lady at Home Goods. She is a planter, and I kind of love her. She is not staying there, however. She will find her place. I think I might put her in the garden. I'm not sure. But what we plan on doing with this is something like this. So I like our table a lot better than this table. We need to find a suit of armor, chest plate, which is proving a little more difficult. The only ones I can find that are real metal and are nice are imported, and it's iffy whether you're going to actually get it or not. So I don't know, we're still on the search. If anyone has anything nice for sale, I would be willing to take a look at it. I can't spend a whole lot, but I'm not going to insult you either. And then we have to pick out some swords and a shield. And that is kind of what we are going to be doing with this little table and this piece of wall here. This is directly across from our front door. So this will be the focal point when you walk in. I also need to find a better register cover than that. It's ugly, yeah. But that is another update. These green glass pumpkins here, we also have a plan for. So these were from Joann's, and the bottoms, let me set that down. The bottoms had like little felt pads, so we could pull it off, and we got these little lights. And I don't know if we are going to keep that with our project, or if we are going to do, there we go. Ooh, so pretty, so pretty. And these are color changing lights, so we could do it any color we really wanted. But as you saw, they are originally green, so we'll probably, the green was kind of okay. So I can't find the original green I did. But I love the green glass. It kind of fades to an opaque white at the bottom. So our plans for that, we're going to jump over again because I don't want you to see the mess of my living room right now. But so this is our fireplace. This is not the original idea for decorating the fireplace. This is just I bought a lot of stuff and I needed to get it up out of the bags, so I had some room to walk around in my living room, which didn't work because it's still hard to walk around in my living room. Anyway, you can see these gold lights up here. And while they're okay, I thought maybe just painting them black, but I don't know if even that's really what I want to do. So my husband came up with this wonderful idea to replace them. So we don't know, we wanted to buy something kind of like this. It sort of has a viney nature to it to replace it, and then just see if we could replace the globes with those pumpkins. And we thought that would be cute, and maybe we could interchange the globes out, you know, when fall comes around, or just keep them all year. Or we could try to replace them with these little oil lamp. Oh God, my brain is not working. They're kind of like a little swinging arm that held oil lamps, and that's where those battery operated lights come in. They're not really strong enough to light up a room or anything, but neither are these lights. They're right next to the TV, so it really wouldn't make any sense to have a real light source next to the TV. They really are just kind of decorative, kind of for ambience if, you know, we're having a party or something and we don't really need the TV on. But anyway, so that is the plan with those. So we're still kind of trying to pan that out and figure out what we're doing there. Uh, you can see I'm feeling very heavy on the frogs this year. So we got that froggy there. We have the frog on the pumpkin and the bigger frog, and then we have the dancing witch frogs. But again, that's not my final design, or I don't know. It's already the end of September, so maybe that will be the end design because I'm lazy and I'm running out of time. Anyway, so that is the current plan for those pumpkins. All right, so the guest room. We have it painted. I'm still working on stripping the trim so we can stain it. And we haven't put the ceiling up yet. So this is really at a standstill. But we did redo the floor. And you can see there was a ghost walking around in here, apparently. Oh, my tiny, tiny little feet. So it's still rough. This is the room that the harpsichord is going to go into. So that is why the harpsichord is not finished, because we have no room to work on it because I'm still working on the room. Yeah. So I still need to recaulk the storm windows, replace the sash chains for the windows because they are all original, and they are all original glass still. Let's see if we can get up to one of these. My feet are getting very dirty. Can we? I don't know if you're going to be able to see the waves in the glass, but they are all original glass. And they are in rough shape. So, yeah, still a lot of work to be done in here. And if we go out into the hallway, I wanted to do a video on all of this. This will be my office, which is currently the saw. And this lovely wallpaper. My office is significantly smaller than my husband's, but I don't need much room. So on the other side of this, we have the washer and dryer access panels for cleaning out the back of the washer and dryer. But I also get a nice view of the backyard, which at the moment is really nothing to brag about. But we will eventually. We did get a new part of fence. That one fell down last year or the year before. So we do have partial new fence along the left side and the front of the house. So it's a start. That was a lot of money. And back there is a little island by our only remaining tree, which we are told is dying, which I'm very sad because that's our only tree we have left. But that little island was overrun by ivy and bamboo, and it has been a losing battle. I did so much work this past year trying to get rid of all that. I'm sorry, it's focusing on the screen. I literally injured myself so much trying to pull all that up. But as you can see, it's pretty clear now. It's still growing back, but the pile of brush and limb I had to put out on the street, no lie, was probably 6 foot tall by maybe 12 foot wide. It was a lot I took out of there. And of course, I mean, I haven't decided quite what to do with the backyard yet, but I know I want a lot of natural stone, what do they call it? Pennsylvania flagstone? Not flagstone. Oh, why can't I think of it? That gray slatey kind of stone. And I need a bigger shed because my Halloween stuff will not fit in there. You can see my pallet wood Halloween decorative fence on the side there. The rest of it is in the shed. We actually have no room in the shed for the lawnmower, so that's another $5,000 it's going to be to get at least another $5,000 for a larger shed. And the fence itself cost us about $5,000 for just the one side and part of the front. So we are, yeah, we have no money. But we'll figure out what we're doing with the backyard eventually. I just know I want lots of natural stone. I want a lot of moss, which means I need more trees so it'll be shadier. It really is too bright for me back there. I want a lot of nature, some water features, maybe a pond. But I don't quite have the vision for it yet. Anyway, let's head back in. Lots of lots of stuff laying around here, all necessary. All right. My husband's office. Please don't judge the mess. We haven't started on, I haven't even done the floor in his yet. I need to get some other projects done so we can put all the junk somewhere else. And then we can start on his. We're going to do probably his desk over in this corner so he can look out the windows. We want to put a faux corner fireplace there, shelving along the walls. And I'm trying not to make you sick, but my mannequin ghost there. We're going to take the closet doors off and inset a TV and his video consoles in there. And we will put a couch here. I know it's trying to fit a lot into a very small room, but I want him to have everything that he wants. So we're going to try to make it work the best we can. Actually, there is one of the doors to that cabinet that is downstairs. Of course, it's kind of upside down at the moment, but it's there. We just need to bring the other two over. Okay, so the hallway we have mostly done. We redid the floor, which is, you know, covered in sawdust because of the other projects going on. We made this lovely little cutout for the lamp, and we have some star decals up there. This mystery fan, we didn't know what it was. It was ugly, and so we boxed it in. It does actually try to draw the air up through the walls. We found it only comes on when the heater or air conditioner is on. So we at least figured out what the mystery fan was. So we just kind of tried to beautify it a little bit. Back hallway is a little dark. We need to add another light here. And we put a, let's see if I can, get some more light here. We put our laundry room in here. All right, excuse my feed. It's hard to see, but it's a double door, and we made bifold doors out of old 6-paneled antique doors. So we don't have them hung up at the moment, but you can see they're folded. And then we have little coat hooks as the handles to pull them open. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. So we just have to hang those up, and we need to get a light in this side of the hallway so we can actually see when we're doing our laundry. We tested the washer and dryer and they work. Hooray! This door here goes to our linen closet. And this little door here used to be the pipe access. It is no longer. So if you open this up, you'll see it's just slat wood. but the pipes used to come up through there. So what I think I'm going to do, another one of my mad plans that will probably never come to fruition, but we're going to try. We found keys, skeleton keys, to fit every door up in this hallway, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors. So we found keys for 6 of the doors up here. And I'm kind of going to hang them kind of like a hotel room. You know, the hotel check-in desks sometimes have the keys hanging in a board. And then down at the bottom, I want to make a little concierge desk with a little needle felt mouse wearing a little bellhop outfit. I think that would be amazingly adorable. We also have a piece of trim there we need to replace. I know this is taking forever. I'm sorry. It's so many projects, none of them are finished. Please, again, excuse the mess. Please. So this is my bathroom sink. I know, still a lot of mess. So this is an antique buffet, and we cut a hole to put the sink in it. I have children singing outside, apparently. We need to put the drawer there back. And we have a brass sink, and that took a little bit of working. These handles kept leaking, so we found that a washer was loose inside it, and we also bought new cartridges for the inside. So we were able to fix it, but it is actually metal. I know it didn't sound very metally, but they are brass, and they are heavy duty, and they're beautiful, and hopefully they stay beautiful. My husband talked me into buying that. I wasn't going to, but it is going to be repainted to match the tub that is in here. I'm a little upset this hand towel holder. The hand towels are a little too long, so they just kind of drag on the sink top. What is going on with the children out there? But as you can see, also the gargoyles and the carvings. Also hard to see. Yeah, we did this built-in door that's kind of in the Gothic style, and when you open it, it has some shelving to store your extra shampoo and toiletries and whatnot. We have a matching one over on this side, but that one does not open. And because nothing can ever be plain, we have the ventilation fans, but they are fancy. What is going on with the children? Lights. So, also hard to see, but I'm sorry. That is the closet that also goes out into the hallway, so you can access it from both sides. And here we have the access to the pipes for the shower, which is a piece of old door that was cut to fit. That's just a single panel off of an old door. And this is the vent for the shower. So we just did a mesh cover to hide the pipes. Okay. This door is actually original to the house. This is the bathroom door, and that is denoted by the crystal knob. And the door that is going to go in the closet also has a crystal knob. then we have my copper clawfoot tub. I'm sorry for the echo. I am standing in the shower. But I will paint that little skeleton to match this. And I am going to make a stained glass window cover to go over this window, as well as the one in the shower. And that way the neighbors are not getting a show. The color on the wall is really more of a tealish color. It's picking up kind of green when I'm looking at it right here. Over here in front of the tub is a little space. I'm planning on putting maybe a electric fireplace and a TV up there so I can relax in my tub and watch some shows. I did forget, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. I know, ignore the toilet, I'm sorry. But we got these vent covers from an antique store. I'm sorry, I can't get it real good. There we go. So we got these vent covers from an antique store, and they have a very Gothic arch design to them, which I love. We had to build this box to kind of encase them to make them work, but they are beautiful. I love them. And we still have to put the toilet paper holders up. So the shower we finally have tiled, and it is in working order. We need to do a little caulking around the threshold here. We had some water drip into the kitchen, but for the most part the water stays away from this so long as you're not splashing around, which, well, I mean, it is a shower. So we have room for our bench over here. We are still working on trimming out the niches. And we have our rain head, old-timey looking shower head here, which also needed some washers replaced because that was also leaking. Also going to make a stained glass cover for this window. The curtain is really just for now. And I also need to get a trim piece for around the light up there. Kind of like what you do with the ceiling medallions around fans and things. The shower drain here, you can see, unfortunately the soap kind of really dulled it. It is like a brass, and this is one of those imports from China that no one knows how to make work, and we somehow made it work. But it does have its own strainer. I can't get it here. I'm sorry, this is ugly looking. I haven't cleaned it. I'm very sorry. But it has its own strainer. It's very decorative. Of course, everything I do has to be super decorative. I'm sorry, there's hair in it. Ew, I'm sorry. I know, disgusting. And we do need to still polish some of the residue from the rot off. But it works. It's beautiful. It is massive. It is massive. You could probably fit 3 wheelchairs in here, which is kind of the thoughts we were having was, let's not trip over things. We plan to never leave this house. We want to grow old in this house. This is our forever home. We've personalized it so much that I truly hope when we go, someone who can appreciate it will inherit it, because we've put so much love into it. And we've tried to keep everything as original as we can, or at least keeping within the rustic aesthetic. So this is kind of our bathroom in progress. Now, going upstairs is still rather rough. we have replacement treads that are a little wider for the stairs to kind of bring them up to code. We don't have a light in this entryway, so we hung a light and kind of used this Christmas tree pedal so that we could have light going up at night. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work very well because you have to turn it off when you're halfway up the stairs, and that's the only switch for it. So turn that off and we'll head up. So it's one of those, you go up part way and you turn the corner and you go up a little more. Like I said, we have replacement treads and things for it, so it will be better. All right. So we have our hidden bookcase door, and that just leads into kind of like a storage area. So if you come over here, it's just a little extra space. So we just have to kind of finish off a floor in there. And then all this trim we added, I say we, I mean my father added, to keep it with the kind of Tudor style. And he made these little door covers that blend in over these little cubby holes. So if you come over here, you can see this is one of those doors. Blends right in. He's so ingenious. This window bench was originally here. It's huge. My Halloween decorations from like 5 years ago are still up here. We still have some patching in the ceiling that we're working on. And once we get that done, we can pretty much clean up here and put our bed in, which we are going to put, I know, I'm making you dizzy, I'm so sorry, which we are going to put on this wall here. I'm looking at a canopy bed that I think will fit up in that peak area, I think. So we'll see about that. The problem is I would have to cover that window, but I don't know if I want that window behind my head when I'm sleeping anyway. You might have some vampires flying up to it or something looking in, who knows. So maybe covering it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I think there's plenty of light up here. I know it looks dark now, but I swear when I look up those stairs some days, it looks like I left the light on because there's so much sun coming in through the two windows on either side there. But I love this little window bench. It's precious. We do have to get I did order it, a rolling heater air conditioner. We're probably going to put it in that corner and then out that window. It's not going to be pretty, but it gets super hot up here, and I'm sure it will get very cold in the winter as well. So here, in the second half, we have another hidden bookshelf door, currently covered over because we were, again, working on patching some bits of the ceiling. Yeah, when we bought the house, the inspectors, both of them, said everything was fine. And the first rainstorm, we found that there was water running down the wall. So that was lovely. But it's fixed now, and we're patching up the ceiling pieces finally. This is our main crawl space access. We have several of them, but that's the only one we can really get to the easiest, because this one is over the stairs. And how the heck are you supposed to get to that? You can't put a ladder there. And then that one's above the bench, so you can't really put a ladder there either. So this is the main one that we have to use to crawl up there to do our inspections. We had a colony of raccoons that used to live in there before we moved in, and they were long since gone before we got the house. But we did have to get it cleaned up and insulation redone because you don't want the parasites from their leftovers. Uh, so we still need to get a door for this little cubby hole, which leads into the cubby hole from the other room. And that's really just, there's an old TV in there, and there's the heating duct, which we'll have to do some repairs on. You can see it's kind of smushed. And then behind this door, we have a decent sized cubby that we need to put a door on so the cat doesn't try crawling in there. But I don't know how much you can see, but it is a fairly decent size little cubby. So that could be used for storing away our off-season clothes, I suppose. So this is going to be our closet, which I know it looks huge, but with the angled ceiling, it kind of takes away some of the room. And Joseph has quite a lot of coats, and I have quite a lot of fluffy skirts. So it's going to fill up real quick. But this window is also original. It's very dirty. And one of the panels has a crack in it. There's our new fence. I am going to stain that fence, so it's going to be a darker color. I know it looks lovely now when it's nice, new, and pristine, but if you leave it the natural wood, it's just going to gray. So there you go, petticoats. Lots of petticoats. So yeah, I have a little bit of a pile of clothing there. Just a little bit. And cat houses galore. I have 3 cat houses there, 2 over here. The one is that spider. Oh my god, if you didn't see that video, I freaked out over this. This cat house, it's a spider. And it's got a little fly dangler. Oh my god. Oh, I love him so much. Oh my goodness. This pumpkin one, I'm debating. I think that one's good for maybe Thanksgiving, but it's not very Halloween. So I don't know if I want to keep it or not. I might sell it, but I don't know. It's pumpkin. It's probably good for Thanksgiving. My husband wants me to decorate for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to have to switch out the Halloween for Thanksgiving, so that might work. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Also, it's hard to show you without giving away where I live. And I don't want to give away where I live, but this is an original window. And I love it. I'm just such a sucker for period things. I'm sorry. Now I need to get the hook closed again. It's a little tight, but it's worth it. We have a storm window on the outside, so it's okay if it's not airtight. We are replacing the floor in here. We're putting a floor on top of it, I should say. Of course, I would love to refinish it like the other floors and just restain it. But when the electrician replaced all the knob and tube, he just kind of just gutted the floor wherever he felt like and just kind of loosely put things back in place. And it's too dangerous to keep it that way. So we're just going to have to put a floor on top of this floor, which is sad, but it must be done. We have a nice big window here, and we have lovely neighbors. Again, trying not to give away where I live. It's hard. It's not that I think I'm going to have any stalkers, but you never know. Especially if I'm showing you antique furniture and then, Anyway. So we also have this built-in shelf that came with the house, which is very nice. So I don't know what's going to go there. Maybe shoes, wigs, purses. Not sure yet. But we'll replace the fan as well and finish patching that ceiling. The fan, it'll be probably a while before we allocate the money to replacing that fan, because let's face it, no one's going to see our closet much, other than when we come up here to to show it off. But it is just a closet, you know, and we are very lucky to have such a huge closet, even though I don't think all our clothes will actually fit in it in the end. Although I have gotten rid of quite a bit of clothing. I just sold them at a yard sale. And yes, I had a pair of trip pants that a young girl went absolutely crazy over. And I'm glad she will enjoy them, because I can't fit in them, and I didn't feel like trying to sell them on Poshmark or anything, because that is just dealing with shipping and everything, which I have a phobia of. And I need to get over it, because I intend to sell things online. So, anyway, that's a story for another time. But I'm glad she got a pair of trip pants. She was absolutely floored. She loved them, and they're going to go to a good home. So, we have our thermometer up here to keep track of humidity and temperature to see. We originally bought this for the harpsichord to make sure that the environment was going to be okay, because the harpsichord, the soundboard will crack if the humidity is off, if the temperature is, you know, fluctuating too much. Okay, so back down. Again, I don't know how much I've shown you of the house. So this is going back downstairs from the second floor. And they supposedly had the dog, while being bathed, got loose and spilled some water. I don't tend to believe that, because that is quite some damage. So we are going to do this wall in wood paneling. So we'll just do a wood veneer, and when we get down to the base here of the first turn, there's this closet, and this opens up to the toilet piping, so we can get to it. You can see we had to reinforce this quite a bit, because they cut through the joists when they were installing the toilet, and that is not a good thing to do. But we have this little closet, and it also has some little shelfy things. So we are, like those access panels up in the attic, we're going to make this blend in to a whole wall with that same box design. So it will be another little hidden door. And again, since I don't know how much of the house you've seen before, this stained glass window matches the one in the dining room. And it lets in so much light. I don't know how old the stained glass is. I went to a castle in Vermont before, and they said that the red was supposed to be some kind of status symbol. So, also, it would be the coat of arms, and it would face a certain direction in the house. But again, I don't know how old this is. It is sagging a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of bent inward. So we will someday probably have to get that repaired. My goodness, that sun is something. Okay, so we go down the other flight of the stairs, and we are back in the living room. Like I said, I'm sorry for the mess. We just had a yard sale, and of course we're not moved into the house. We got these giant pocket doors, and we're going to use those for the closet doors in the guest room, because they had those 80s, 90s folding mirrored doors, which just isn't quite our style. But we are going to recycle those. We are putting the mirrored doors down in the basement, and that is going to be our sewing / craft room. I don't know. I know. I keep saying, did I show you this? Did I show you that? Our kitchen Sorry, that was a little abrupt. Also, junk, I know, but this is our little tea set and candelabras. And we covered the walls in this faux stone. That is a plastic outdoor stone veneer for houses. We got it from, I don't remember. I'll try to link it in the description if you're interested to see where we got it. It was about $18 a panel, and they were 3 foot wide by maybe 2 foot tall. So the whole kitchen cost us probably, I think, about $2,000. And then we replaced the ceiling with wood panels, and we refinished the cabinets, and we are making a faux stove hood for over the stove. And I'm really trying not to show you how messy my kitchen is right now because, well, let me show you my shame. Well, I know, I haven't been buying Halloween stuff. Whatever do you mean? Not at all. Me? Never. And just general junk from our remodeling anyway. So I love the stone and the wood. It is my castle. So we're back in the dining room here. Again, I don't know why the curtains show up that olivey on camera, but I assure you they're the same color as the ceiling, at least in person. The living room, we have the Tudor style beams. We have wood shades which came with the house. We're very lucky about that. Those would be so expensive. And over the door they have this little music stand that must have come off a piano, and it just adds a little something extra. And on the side of the door, my parents found, or someone gave my parents, these transom glass windows for either side. So you can see I have that one just propped up there at the moment. But this one we just have a sheet over the window because we don't want anyone looking in the door, especially with this mess. And my husband is afraid of getting robbed. So, not that we really have much in here. But those will be going in, and they are going to be gorgeous. It just so happens that they kind of match the stained glass windows that were already here. I'm not so sure about the blue and the yellows and oranges, but it's got the pink, it's got the green. It is a little faded, so I don't know if it's real stained glass. It is real glass, but I don't know if it was just painted on. But they're going to look so classy. And we're back over here. So that is what we've been doing in the house. And hopefully I'll be able to keep you more updated, because I keep trying to wait for projects to be done. And because they don't get done, because we have a million in the works, I never make a video. So this is me just trying to say, hey, we're still here, still working on things. I hope you like my aesthetic, and I hope to inject more personality into this house. I like to think that we have some sort of sense of style. So we will leave you with, let's leave you with the welcome hatchet. This is the welcome hatchet. Welcome. We hope to see you again.